is VNN Canada, and here are today's top stories. India and Pakistan celebrate their 73rd Independence Day in Canada. Liberal changes hearings for refugees just glorified interview, NDP. Jaitley in critical condition and several leaders visit AIIMS. One bad day in World Cup doesn't make this team bad, says Shastri to CAC. And now news in detail. India and Pakistan both celebrated their 73rd Independence Day in Toronto and Ottawa with a lot of zeal. A large number of community members attended the event. The morning started with the flag hoisting ceremony that was followed by singing of national songs, and a lot of colorful events were also organized. Both communities vowed to keep on playing their critical and important role in building Canada.
Well, I have a special spot in my heart, as I said earlier, for the Indo-Canadian community. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here right now. My father wouldn't be elected, my nephew, my brother. So I'm just so grateful, and I absolutely love each and every person in here. It's great to be here and celebrate 73 years of India's independence. I always say they like me, they loved Rob, over the top. Rob was a champion, so it's amazing. Everything from their culture, their food, their cricket, their business acumens that go out there. They're true entrepreneurs. They start businesses and they grow and they thrive and prosper, and their children get well educated and they go out there and they thrive too. I understand there's 23,000 post-secondary students. I want them to stay. I want them to make Canada their home. I want them to stay here in Ontario.
And I want to just say Happy Independence Day to all of the Canadians of Indian descent. I know that this is a celebratory day, and I want to just say that, Ontario and Canada are made up of people from all over the world coming here to build a new society. Apart from Indigenous people, we all came from somewhere else, and I want to wish everyone a very, very happy Independence Day. Jai Hind.
Well, thank you, and thank all the viewers of Voice News Network for tuning in today. It's always so important that we never forget our heritage, that we're here today, and 73 years since independence is such a milestone. But what was important, the Premier came out today, and thank you for the Consulate General and the office for putting this on each and every year. It's always such a wonderful event, and we always need to celebrate who we are and where we've come from, regardless of where we are going forward. My parents came from India back in the 50s. I was born in England. I live now in Canada, and we're so lucky that we're able in Canada to celebrate things like this where many people can't do that around the world.
I'm also very happy with how things went. We were very happy that Premier he took out the time to join us in the celebrations, and as I mentioned, Mr. Suresh Prabhu was also here, who was here for a while. Who is the official emissary of the Prime Minister of India for G7 and G20. They had a very brief interaction, the Premier and Mr. Suresh Prabhu. And during that brief conversation, there was an offer from Mr. Suresh Prabhu that we can sit together and work for the benefit of Ontario as well as for India. So that was a very positive outcome of today's event. Secondly, I was able to convey to the people that there is positive activity in the India-Canada economic sphere.
We are celebrating India's 73rd Independence Day at Brampton City Hall. And this is the first time in the history of Brampton that the city of Brampton is celebrating India's Independence Day officially. And I'm so much thankful to our Honorable Mayor Patrick Brown and Gulab Saini that they have arranged this event today at the City Hall. And I'm so excited to see so many Indian origin people here, as well as other community are gathering here and celebrating India's Independence Day.
मैं आज हिंदी में बोलूँगा क्योंकि हिंदी मेरी मातृभाषा है, और जिस देश में मैंने जन्म लिया, मेरी मातृभूमि का आज एक दिन है. दिस इज़ ए हिस्टोरिक इवेंट कि सिटी ऑफ ब्रैम्पटन पहली बार ऑफिशियली इंडियन ट्राई कलर को सिटी हॉल में होइस्ट कर रहा है
कि ਅਸੀਂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਕਲਚਰ, ਆਪਣੀ ਸਭਿਅਤਾ, ਆਪਣਾ ਧਰਮ, ਆਪਣਾ ਰੰਗ ਰੂਪ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਤੋਂ ਜੋ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਐਂਡ ਦੈਟਸ ਹਾਊ ਵੀ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਦੀ ਕੈਨੇਡਾਜ਼ ਡਿਵਰਸਿਟੀ। ਔਰ ਇਹੀ ਕਾਰਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਇੱਕ ਡਾਈਵਰਸਿਫਾਈਡ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਆਪਣੀ ਡਾਈਵਰਸੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਉੱਭਰ ਕੇ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ। ਦੈਟਸ ਵਾਈ ਆਵਰ ਰਾਈਟ ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, we are strong because of our diversity, not in spite of that.
Yeah, I want to congratulate the whole city team for organizing this. I want to congratulate Mayor Patrick Brown for putting this on in the center of our city. I want to wish everyone that's watching at home and everyone that's here a happy Independence Day. 15 ਅਗਸਤ ਦੀਆਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਖ ਲੱਖ ਵਧਾਈਆਂ ਹੋਣ।
ਇੰਡੀਆ origin ਦੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਸਾਰੇ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨੈਸਿਸ 'ਚ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ, ਪੋਲੀਟਿਕਸ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ, ਔਰ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਸੀ ਇੱਕ ਪੀਪਲ ਦੀਆਂ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਟਾਈਜ਼ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ, ਪੀਪਲ ਟੂ ਪੀਪਲ ਟਾਈਜ਼ ਆ, ਅੱਜ ਉਹਦੀ ਵੀ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਲ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ। ਤੇ ਪਰ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧਾਈ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਇੰਡੀਪੈਂਡੈਂਸ ਡੇ ਦੇ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ 73rd ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣੇ ਫਲੈਗ ਰੇਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਸੈਰਾਮਨੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਹਟੇ ਆ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਜੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਅੰਦਰ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ, ਇਟ ਵਾਸ ਵੈਰੀ ਲਾਈਵਲੀ ਜੋ ਪਰਫਾਰਮੈਂਸ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ। ਸੋ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੀ ਅੱਜ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਹਿ ਲਓ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਰੈਂਪਟਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਇੰਡੀਪੈਂਡੈਂਸ ਡੇ, ਪਰ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੀ ਯਾਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹਨੇ ਜੋਸ਼ ਨਾਲ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਤੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੇ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਆ ਜੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਆ, ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ पॉजिटिव एंड स्ट्रॉन्ग बायोलेटरल रिलेशन are based on mutual interest and respect for each other.
ब्रैम्पटन एक ऐसा शहर है जहाँ पे इंडिया के कई लोग रहते हैं। सो भारतीय मूल के भारतवासी जो कनाडा में सबसे ज़्यादा रहते हैं वो है ब्रैम्पटन में। और अगर ब्रैम्पटन में ये पहली बार हो रहा है तो मेरे ख्याल से एक ऐतिहासिक दिन है भारत के लिए, कनाडा के लिए, ब्रैम्पटन के लिए।
I think it's a good opportunity for people of Indian background to come together and share in their past, but also look towards the future as well. And we live in one of the greatest and most diverse cities in all of Canada, but I would say all of the world as well, where we welcome everybody with open arms. And as Canadians, we should always remember where we came from. And when you know where you came from, you can look towards the future. And so I want to wish everybody a happy Independence Day.
बिल्कुल बहुत बढ़िया लगता है, स्पैशली ब्रैम्पटन अपने साउथ एशियन का गढ़ है। जिन GTA ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਰਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪੋਪੂਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਬਰੈਂਪਟਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ। ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਵਧਾਈ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਸਿਟੀ ਆਫ ਬਰੈਂਪਟਨ ਦੀ ਕੌਂਸਲ ਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਮੇਅਰ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਪਰਾਲਾ ਕੀਤਾ। ਇੱਥੇ ਅੱਜ ਫਲੈਗ ਰੇਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਸੈਰਮਨੀ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੱਗਦਾ, ਬਹੁਤ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਇਟਸ ਵੈਰੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਵੈਨ ਵੀ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਡਾਈਵਰਸਿਟੀ, ਵੈਨ ਵੀ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਕਲਚਰਸ।
So it looks like very nice, very well organized. The way they started so far is really good, and I really congratulate to the Mississauga new mayor, of course, because he is the one is behind, and the people from India.
They are celebrating 72nd Independence Day of India. It's a city of diversity. This is to be proud of. It's Canada. We are peacekeeping country just like India is, and it's an honor to be here. And I hope you guys enjoy the show. Thank you.
And on behalf of the government, I want to wish all Canadians of Indian descent a very happy 72nd anniversary of independence of India. It's a great opportunity to remember the friendship that Canada and India share, and the tremendous democracy that continues to flourish. And we want to strengthen people-to-people ties always, as Indian Canadians, Indo-Canadians are making a difference in our world.
Well, it's first of all for all Indo-Canadians who are born in India, it's a great feeling. We celebrate where we were born. Now we celebrate two independences. We celebrate the 1st of July for Canadians and 15th of August for the Indians. And it is great that we have a relationship still with the motherland. And the Indian diaspora, it's a day of celebration for them as big as their religious festivals out here.
immigration critic Jenny Kwan says she is dismayed by newly published guidelines for asylum seekers who fall under a controversial new assimility law. Guidelines, she believes, show that some of the refugees will not get a fair chance to plead their case for protection in Canada. The guidelines published on the Immigration Department website in June say refugees subject to the new law cannot use their oral hearings to make legal representations or present arguments, but can only lay out facts of their case and answer questions. Legal arguments and testimony from witnessing supporting their refugee claims can only be submitted in writing. Former Finance Minister Jaitley, who has been put on life support at the AIIMS hospital here, is in critical condition, hospital sources told recently. Jaitley has been put on extra-corporeal membrane oxygen ECMO, which is used for patients whose lungs and heart are incapable of operating on their own. Several political leaders came to the All India Institute of Medical Sciences AIIMS to meet the senior BJP leader. Former Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister and Bhujan Samaj Party President Mayawati also visited the hospital to meet Jaitley, who had been admitted since August 9. On Friday morning, India secured a major diplomatic victory at the UN by reiterating its unequivocal position on Jammu and Kashmir and Pakistan being the cradle of terror. By restating its position on how Pakistan remains a rogue state indulging in unabashed state-sponsored terror through proxies, India once again notched up major brownies point with the world community at large. Pakistan's isolation is complete, and Imran Khan's last-minute attempt to speak to Donald Trump also appears to have failed. At least 4 people were killed and 22 injured when a bomb exploded inside a mosque after Friday prayers in Pakistan's Quetta city, the police said. The explosion was carried out with an improvised explosion device IED, which was placed inside the mosque in Kuli Qasim area of Kuchlang town, Geo News reported, citing police officials. The bomb was planted under the wooden chair of the prayer leader, said Quetta Police Chief Abdul Razak Chima. The Imam of the mosque, which is located 25 kilometers from Quetta, capital of Balochistan province, was killed in the explosion, Inspector General of Police Mohsin Hassan Butt told Dawn News. The 3-member Cricket Advisory Committee, CAC, comprising of Kapil Dev, Anshuman Gaikwad and Shanta Ragaswamy, made no bones about the fact that it was a close contest between Ravi Shastri and Mike Hesson for the head coach's role. But what seemed to have helped Shastri clinch the deal is his urge to ease the bitter memory of losing in the semi-finals of the 2019 World Cup in England. Speaking to IANS sources in the know of developments during the presentation, said that Shastri made it clear that he has unfinished business and his team is headed for greatness with a brilliant leader in the shape of Virat Kohli. There were some pointed questions, and one of them to Shastri was what went wrong in the semi-final against New Zealand. He made it clear that one bad day doesn't make his team bad. In fact, he emphasized on how he has unfinished business as the team now looks to gear up for not 1 but 2 World Cup T20s being played in 2020 and 2021. The confidence with which he said this made the committee believe that Shastri is the man who needs to guide his team forward, the source said. Filmmaker Shekhar Kapoor has urged the Western media to stop patronizing India. The Mr. India director's latest tweet came after he slammed BBC for referring to Jammu and Kashmir as Indian-administered Kashmir on Sunday. In a tweet, he said, "Hey BBC World, each time you call Kashmir Indian-occupied Kashmir, I was wondering why you refuse to call Northern Ireland British-occupied Ireland." The BBC News Network tweet, however, said the BBC stands by its journalism and we strongly refute any claims that we have misrepresented events in Kashmir. And that's all for today. We will see you tomorrow. Keep watching VNN Canada.